Okay, guys, I've gone from the BMW XM into what is essentially BMW's entry into the M car jaw, right? Not entry level. Okay, this is anything but that. The M2 is not that. It's just the entry into. Very different to entry level, entry into. So this is the second generation. I feel like there's something on my screen, okay? And the first generation M2, as we know, was a rip-roaring success. I expect that this will be as well. It's bigger, it's heavier, it's got a very polarizing design, I've noticed. Some people love it, some people hate it. I think it looks smashing. I love that it's sort of all muscly in a way. And then it's got like the bigger tires at the back, smaller in the front, so that's all very like Formula One-esque, car-esque. Which I think actually looks really cool. So but no, we don't love a stop-start, do we? No, we do not. Okay, let's put this hair back so I stop touching it. No one's touched the hair the whole time. So this segment, like, I find it fascinating that it's still so sort of popular, or that it has so many rivals, actually. Because like so often nowadays, everything's like, you know, pulled back, tame back, you know, all electric, and no one wants a sort of hatch, no one wants like smaller cars, they want SUVs and everything, but you've still got like the Audi RS3, you've got the Mercedes-Benz AMG A45S, you've got the Porsche Cayman GTS, which is also rear-wheel driven, like this, rear-wheel driven. I said it perfectly. I never do. The others are not rear-wheel driven. But with that, actually, okay, so here is the thing about the M2. Okay, I'm going to tell you what the engine is. If you don't know, I'm sure you do. But anyways, it's a 3-litre, 6-cylinder turbo petrol, okay? You get 338 kilowatts of power and 550 Newton meters of torque. And it's mated to either an 8-speed or, refreshingly, a 6-speed manual. This is not that, which is a bummer. But anyways, I don't know. Anyway, the point is, right, this car is not for people like me or you if you are a lazy petrol head. Okay, I consider myself a lazy petrol head. I love cars, I love going fast, I love speed, I love, you know, the driving dynamics, I love all of that, but I kind of want the car to do everything for me, and I want it to make me look good, right? The M2 does make you look good, but you work for it. You work it. I feel like it is way more engaging than most sports cars like I've driven, and certainly of late, okay? It is sort of, you need to know what you're doing, I think. It's very, like, the grip is amazing. You throw this thing into corners, you can do everything, but the bum still is a little bit playful. There's still, I think you've just still got to be a little bit careful. Oh, well, you might as well go, because that guy's, shame, that's not his fault. So I feel like this is the car that the true petrol heads of yesteryear still love and would still appreciate. You know, even if you put your foot down, you sort of get thrown into a seat, but not like the others. It's sort of like the torque band is so broad that you've got that acceleration for quite some time, and so you can use it, and it's just, I don't want to say it's more fun, because again, like, I'm a lazy petrol head. I have a lot of fun in cars that do like kind of all the work for me and everything. But this is probably the funnest car I've driven this year, like by a country mile, you know. But with that said, I need to change gear, but now I'm just messing myself up here. Anyway, this is the one thing though, okay, about this segment, or about whatever, people talk about the everyday comfort. Can you live with this every day? I haven't actually found the ride too harsh, actually, and I've driven, I think the XM was a harsher ride than this. But I think if you're the person who buys this car, I mean, looking at like 1.5 million rand a standard, whatever, who gives a shit about everyday comfort? Buy this car for what it is. Like, genuinely for what it is and what it's built for. My only downside is these seats, okay, which I know serve a purpose and everyone else will love them and whatever, boo you, but you know, the middle section, the thingamajiggy here between my legs, I know its purpose. I know if I'm cornering it keeps me in place, whatever. But it sucks. It sucks for me. I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. And getting in and out of this car with these seats, with this side thing raised, which when I'm in the car is comfortable and lovely and keeps me in place and I can really hoy it, you know. The problem is, and I think I've said this before in certain sports cars, is because I'm not very tall, okay, my legs are quite short, the seat is very close to the steering wheel and whatever, so there's not much space here. When I open and get into this car, there isn't much. I have to climb over this and I get bruised. I bruise like a peach, guys. So I get bruised getting in and out of here. There's no elegant way of doing it. Yes, okay, I can push the seat back a million miles every time to get in and out. Who's got time for that? I do not. But anyways, one gripe. Second gripe, inside all very cool BMW ME, you know, the climate controls and everything are in the screen. That pisses me off. You've got it irritates me to death. There's a lot of screen action, and the same was in the XM, and I just wish it wasn't like that. There's a lot going on. It is, once you've learned it and you become familiar with it, you'll be fine. But guys, it's a lot. Hey. Then the road noise. So when you're just driving around, actually it's lovely. There's nothing, you know, there's no sort of issue with it. The minute you hit that highway, I did it the other day and I had a podcast on. I had to really, really turn that volume up almost to the tilt there, you know, and it's got, what does it have again? This, I'm going to tell you in a second. Harman Kardon. It was written right there. I knew it was written somewhere. You've got this lovely sound system and you now have to really struggle to hear it because the road and wind noise and everything is quite intense. Again, you know, this ride is, you know, I'm in a fun sports car, guys. I need to accept that, right? So interestingly, okay, this is a carbon fiber roof, right, which is lighter. You can get a sunroof, no extra cost, but then it's going to be heavier because it's going to have to be a steel roof. So, I mean, forgo that. You know, I hate a sunroof, so I'd be like, don't do that. That's insane. But just an interesting little detail. As much as these seats piss me off, I flippin' love the look of them. I love everything about this car, but I just hate the practical side of it because I'm a practical person. But again, buy this for what it was made for, which is put it into M2 for this. Well, that was a dud. Let's take it out of M2. Okay, my settings were not right. Okay, I put the modes in a little bit better, like I was meant to, and hang on, let's not scare this runner. But so it's like exhilarating and terrifying at the same time, which I guess is a great mix for a sports car, really. That is it. That's what you should be aiming for. Instead of always trying to find everything, I'm like, hey BMW, can you put on the radio, please? Do you also say please when you talk to robots? Hey, thanks. Always show your manners. Okay, now I want to change the radio station. See, it's very dangerous. Hey BMW, put it on Smile FM.
Please try again.
Oh, fine. Change radio station.
Please retry. Which station would you like to hear?
Smile FM.
Which station would you like to hear?
Okay, I'm just gonna press that one. See, tricky guys, tricky. That is it. That is all I've got for you. Oh shit, I was meant to turn there. Balls.